Well, hi everybody. It's a take a deep breath, because I'm dealing with Jehovah's Witnesses. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, you have to take a deep breath and then exhale again, and take a deep breath and exhale again, and that's just all there is to it. This is Angelo Quinones giving glory to God the Father, to the Lord Jesus Christ. By the way, this is indeed Angelo Kyky Quinones, and you reach I Am Ministries. I Am Ministries is designed to give you dependable and accurate answers that come straight from God's holy and inspired word, the Bible. And when I talk about accuracy, I'm talking about the Hebrew and Greek manuscripts of both testaments. Okay, and dependability has to do with the right, interpretation of those documents. And yes, they are called documents. Okay, they are documents. Okay, so that's it. Now, when you're dealing with JWs, I mean, they say God is your throne. Okay, in their Bible, in the New World Translation, but also in the disgusting app that they have online. I mean, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. I mean, after 70 stinking years, they still have the same stuff in their translation. It doesn't change. I mean, from the New World Translation of 1950 and from and to the 1920s app. I mean, it's still the same thing. Now, I don't know if it's, it was made this year, but, I'm just saying, 70 years. It's just like Dr. McCoy on Star Trek said, it's bloody year after bloody year, okay, end quote, with the witnesses. Now, they say God is your throne. Now, to be fair with JWs, you have to understand the full Greek construction of this text, because I don't want you to be surprised according to any text here, okay, any word I should say. Now, the full Greek construction has to do with every single verse of Scripture from the Greek that comes into play or comes into discussion when a Jehovah's Witness, throws it at you, okay? So, this is what I'm trying to do in this ministry, is I'm trying to supply you with more than you will need. I mean, you will know every single word that is here when it all is said and done, okay? So let me just get to it, though. And by the way, I just wanted to add this. This is just for free. This is just a bonus. Now, that before we get into, the old God thing, versus God is your throne. That some Jehovah's Witnesses say, some Jehovah's say that God never spoke at all. That, who spoke was an angel, was a creature for God. Okay, Mark from Missouri, he's a philosopher. Okay, he says God never spoke, even though the Greek word apen, okay, apen, hatheas, to, adam, is written, okay, or said to him, maybe said to him, to, auto. It could say like that in Genesis. I have to look at the Greek Septuagint. As a matter of fact, I could look at it right after this. But I'll save it for basically maybe another teaching. He never spoke. So he only spoke really in one way according to the witnesses. According to the witnesses, God spoke in only one way, through the law of shaliach, the law of agency. Okay, the law of Shalia or Shaliach, no matter how you want to pronounce that Hebrew word. And over here, it says, in many portions, okay, palutrapos, okay, palai, okay, palutropos. Okay, so actually, palumeros kai palutropos or trapos. Okay, so in many portions is palumeros. In many ways is palutrapos. Okay, palutrapos. Okay, so that's just it. So, and that's Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. But let's go to the famous verse in question. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 8. And this is actually part 2 of the discussion. Okay? So let's get there. Let's see where it is. That's verse 7. And I actually magnified it. And that's just a deal. Here it goes right here. So let's just bring it up just a little bit toward the middle. Now it says over here, it says, and I could give you the two pronunciations. I'm well aware of it, okay? Praise the Lord. It says over here in the standard or biblical pronunciation, pras de tan huian, ha tranas so, ha teas, es tan iona, to ionas, hrabdas, yututetas, he hrabdas, tes basileas, so. Okay? Is that clear? Now, and let me just repeat that again in the modern pronunciation. And you know that Omicron is changed to Omicron, the Eta is turned to Eta. And if you push, okay, that sort of, pronunciation into the biblical pronunciation, you're going to have chaos. You're going to have, you're going to have articles sounding like participles and the other way around, relative pronouns sounding like participles, and relative pronouns sounding like articles, and accusative singulars sounding like genitive plurals. I mean, from ton theon to ton theon. And the safeguard of that is that, ton theon is not even found, not tone, but I mean, theon is not found in the New Testament. So, I mean, and usually, and not usually, but I mean, sometimes, okay, all right, there's a preposition in front of theon to, like pros, to safeguard you from that way of thinking. But if you don't know Greek and you're just listening on a CD, well, you could get off guard like a newcomer to Christianity that would think that Jesus touched the beer. Okay, it really meant coffin. Jesus touched the coffin, but if you're a newcomer in Christianity, Jesus touched the beer. I mean, what is that? That's why we needed new translations of the Bible. I mean, I'm not a King James only guy. All right, I mean, King James is a wonderful translation, one of the best ever. But it's not the end all be all, okay? And that's just another, discussion for another time. Now, according to the, modern pronunciation, it will go something like this. Pros de. Now, I don't remember all of the diphthongs, okay? So, But anyway, it says over here, pros de tan or ton huion o tronos su, okay? Probably C, who knows? O theos is ton eona to or ti iono, okay, ionos rhabdos, okay, euthu titas or titos, okay, y rhabdos tis basi Lias, so, or C. Okay, I have to check that out. The diphthong combination nowadays, sometimes it's different from the diphthongs recorded in biblical Greek. But anyway, incidentally, Basilisa is not found for Mary anywhere in the Bible. Basilisa means queen. That's another cult I just knocked out. So that's just it. Now let's get into the discussion. The discussion is, okay, is the correct translation, "Oh God"? And there's two different kind of O's. I'm gonna show you the problem visually of trying to detect one of those O's. Okay. I'm gonna show you why it can be tricky. It can be tricky sometimes. Okay. You have to look at the context. You have to look to see if it's a quotation, and see how that part of the Old Testament dealt with this, meaning Psalm 45 and in the Hebrew text and the English, some of the English texts are Psalm 44 around verse 6 in the Greek Septuagint, at least a copy of Sir Lancelot Brenton 1851, and that's just the deal. So the problem is that Jehovah's Witnesses have in their translation this. Okay, let me get there. All right. And I got the New World Translation the other day. I hope it doesn't break my phone. Okay, you understand? Here it goes right here. And maybe it's at the same place, I hope, though. I don't know. No, I don't think so. All right, so let me go to the New Testament side of things, okay? Okay. I mean, you can't make it up. Okay. All right, and let's go to. I'm actually in the Philippines. I married a Filipina named Riza Tapay. You can see the videos there on, some of the videos there I got on YouTube. Praise the Lord. So if you think it's hopeless, don't think it's hopeless. Okay. I was 53 years old when I got married, and I have a baby girl right now named Anna Devane. Okay. So did I put chapter 10? Because I want to put chapter 10 in the near future. So I guess that's the future tense formative sigma, right? I think that's just the deal. All right, now could be a liquid, right? Also. So here we go. Now Hebrews 1:8, the Jehovah's Witnesses translated it according to their knowledge of the Greek, and put it to this app, and it goes like this. But about the Son, he says, God is your throne, forever and ever, and the scepter of your kingdom is the scepter of uprightness. Euthothetas, uprightness. Okay, let's repeat this. It's quite clear. But about the Son, he says, God is your throne, forever and ever, and the scepter of your kingdom is the scepter of uprightness. Now you see, God is your throne. Now, is that a permissible translation? Yes. According to the Greek, no. According to the context. And you always must translate according to the Greek and the context. Okay? If the context says otherwise, you can't translate it by naked Greek, always. You can't do that. Lest you would have the devil having a father in John chapter 8. Okay? You are of your father, okay, the devil. I mean, so you can't translate something just in a vacuum apart from the context. You can't do it. That's the problem, that the witnesses don't understand that, because many of them, 99.9% of them are not taught Greek at all. I mean, they pick up a lexicon like Tony from Florida. I love you, Tony. I hope you can call me back. I'm not diming on Tony from Florida. He's a wonderful guy. But this idea that you just have a Greek lexicon and then you know Greek, you know nothing. I mean, I'll give you an example, okay, how you can catch a witness. Okay, I was in the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, and we were debating the issue, and I'll get back to this, okay, because we have to understand, how can you translate, okay, hatheos? Can it be a God, or can God be a throne? Okay, we're going to see that God is not called a throne anywhere in the 66 books of the Bible. Okay, of the Bible. Okay, so he's not. The internal evidence tells you also that it can be a vocative or vocative. I don't care how you pronounce that word. According to Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7, where hatheos is used, okay, as a vocative. Okay, oh God is said, okay, by Jesus himself calling the Father, okay, oh God, with special, I'm going to save that, okay, special something, okay, special something. There's a special something according to one O and a special something according to another kind of O, but I'll save that, okay. All right, now I was going to say that, well, I forgot what I was going to say, so I'll just get back to this, okay. All right, so let's get into, and I hope I can remember. I mean, it's just a shame. Now, Is it, oh God, or is it God is your throne? Okay? And it's just all there is to it. How can we tell? Well, according to Julius R. Manty in the Manual Grammar of the Greek New Testament by Manty and Dana, Mantey and Dana, okay? I mean, they say in the vocative section of the syntax part of the book, which is part 2 of the book, okay? They say that there's only one use for the vocative or vocative. One use. I mean, there are several uses, and they go into them when it has to do with the genitive case, the genitive of description, the genitive of a relationship, the partitive genitive. I will give them to you a half of my kingdom. Not the entire kingdom, but a half of my kingdom. The genitive of time. Nicodemus came to Jesus by night. That's called the genitive of time. Okay? All right? What kind of a heart? There you go. Genitive probably of description. Okay? What kind of a heart is it, right? Unbelieving heart or a believing heart? Or what's the deal? Okay? What kind of a kingdom? Of a kingdom. Okay? Of God. That's in the genitive case. Okay? So the accusative case has several uses. Okay? The dative case also has several uses. Okay, uses. I forgot my English here in the Philippines. The nominative case has several uses as well, like the subject nominative and the nominative of appellation, the nominative of exclamation. It doesn't. It's not as varied as the genitive. The genitive is very rich. But you know what I mean. So you get the idea. But according to the vocative or the vocative, there's only one use, and that of direct address. When somebody's speaking to somebody else, when somebody's addressing somebody, okay, or something, that's in the vocative case. Okay? The vocative case is when somebody is directly addressing either something or someone. Okay, fine. That's clear. Okay? So when someone said, so when the people will say in the eschaton, in the last time, or whatever the case may be, in the end times, Kyrie, Kyrie. Well, the Greek word kurios is changed to Kyrie. It's in the vocative case, because somebody's addressing the Lord. Okay? You understand what I mean? When Jesus said, Theemu, my God, my God. Okay, or just Theos mu. Okay, my God, it's the same thing. That's in the vocative case. Okay, in the vocative case. All right, so that's the vocative. It's the case of direct address. Direct address. Okay, fine. But the problem is there's two different kinds of O's according to biblical Greek. According to biblical Greek, you have, okay, special force, that kind of an O. Like when you say, oh, I love you, that's with special force. Okay? Now, in a different way, Jesus said, and now let me get this here, okay? Something to a woman. Okay, so let me get it. Now, in order to do that, I have to go to, I think, Matthew chapter 15. Okay, all right. Matthew chapter 15. Okay, and that's just the deal. Matthew chapter 15, so you have alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you got, look at that. It remembered where I was at. I didn't even have to look. Okay, you have to search. Okay, now, verse 28. Okay, I want you to see something called an inflectional particle. That kind of an O in Greek is very easy to detect because it's a very special symbol for that kind of an L. Okay? But I will show you there is no special symbol for the O that's used in Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 8. There's no special symbol for that. There's no distinct symbol for special definiteness, okay? All right, so let's just check out the O according to special false, okay? Now, it's right here. I think it's right here. That's 23, though, right? That's 23, though. Okay, so let me check it out. That's 26. Okay, you understand what I mean? And that's just it. Let me see. Let me see where Jesus is. Okay, right here. I think that's where the Jesus apen. Here it goes. Jesus apen alte, and that's in the feminine construction. Third person personal pronoun from the autos part of the paradigm. Okay, that's alte is dative, feminine, and singular. Okay, to her. It's in a dative case. By the way, I want you to point this out to the witnesses. Oh, but not yet though. Okay, Jesus apen alte. Now, this is what I want you to see right here. Okay, let me poke the bear. Okay, do you see on the middle of the screen all the way to the right-hand side? That looks like a W, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like a W? All the way to the right-hand side in the middle of the screen. Not to the left, where you see like an E and a V. It's not an E and a V. Actually, it's it's an N in Greek. The V-looking letters are always an N in Greek. Okay, and so like in Nancy. And so on the other side, you see like a W. It's an omega. It's a small omega, and then lowercase omega. And then you have it looks like a little comma and apostrophe overhead. I mean that's a self-reading marker, so it's not whole, it's O. It's just a breathing marker. And overhead, I believe, is a circumflex. Now this construction is called an inflectional particle. Now that kind of O is very easy to detect. Okay. Now let's minimize this again, and let's read over here. Jesus apen alte o gunai. Okay, o gunai. Gunai means woman here, spelled out gamma, upsilon, now they called epsilon, nu, alpha, iota. Okay. Gini, actually, Gini will be the modern way of saying this word, but I'm not speaking about modern Greek, guys, okay? I'm speaking about biblical standard Greek. Okay, so the symbol is there all the way to the right-hand side. It's just minimized this time. It's not minimized all the way to 12 font, though. I mean, my eyes are not that great, guys, okay? I'm using a magnifying glass while I speak. So the inflectional particle is right before the word gunai. Gunai, okay? Just to follow the rules of the acute marker, which is really pointing to 7 o'clock over the U-looking letter in gunai. It looks like a Y, but that's a G in Greek. I mean, it can act like an N sometimes, like a G. In modern Greek, it can act like an N, like a Y, like a G. I mean, But gunai is a Greek word. But the O here is pointing out special force. He's saying, oh, woman. Now let me see over here where it says. All right. Oh, woman. Megale. Okay. I said megale, actually. Megale. Great. Okay. That's Sue. Hey, and that's the pistis, or faith. Great. He literally saying, let me just read it again. It says over here, Jesus apen, Jesus said, alte, to her, is in a dative case, like I said before. Oh, woman. Oh, gunai. Megale, great. Su, of you. Okay, the faith. Okay, hey, pistis. And it has an exclamation point over there. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So that O is very easy to detect as an inflectional particle. It's a very, very, very bold, a very stacked symbol. That's what I'm trying to say, dear people, okay? That the O for special force, you can't miss it. It's like a neon light at 7th Avenue. I mean, it's right up in your face. I mean, it's right there. Let's check out another one. Okay, let's check out another one. Now, I want you to tell the witnesses this is not the O found and recorded in Hebrews 1, verse 8. You're going to have to work to see if there's an O there. Because usually, ha theos is the subject. Okay, theos is the subject of the verb. There's no verb there, so I just like to say, me personally, is the subject of that clause. That's why I will put it. There's no verb there. Okay, it's the subject of that clause. Okay. Okay. Usually it will be the subject. Now let me just backtrack. Usually hatheos, not of that clause, but hatheos will be the subject. Okay. Usually it will be a subject of a verb. But in that clause, it is not the subject of the clause, I would say, because there's no verb there. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. All right. So let's go to another one. Now I believe that there's several of them. I mean, all over the place. Okay. Let's look at, let me see here. Let's look at the book of Timothy, okay? And let's check it out. All right, so let's see. The book of Timothy, and that's Peter. And let me see. Let me just blow up the print just a little bit here, okay? All right, so let's just look at this though. Pras, okay, that's Thessalonians there, and Thessalonians comes before Timothy. Okay, Pras, here it goes. Timotheon, I should say. Okay, I should have known because of the preposition pras. So that's an accusative, not a genitive. Okay, Pras Timotheon or Timotheon. Okay, so let's look at the first book of Timothy, which is Alpha and not Beta. Okay, so let's check that out, because I believe in chapter 6, okay, which is the last chapter, there is a vocative there with special fuss. Okay, around verse 20. Let's check it out. Okay, let's see. Verse 20 has the same kind of O, guys. That's not recorded like the other one isn't. Okay, the structure in Hebrews. So this is the same one. So let me check it out, okay? Now that's verse 10. So it's way down here. Okay? Let's check it out. Hey, here it goes right here. It's actually small, but it's I thought it was going to be capitalized. In some manuscripts, okay, apps, it's capitalized. I saw it right here. See, it's very stark. Okay, it's very stark. It almost looks like an article, or what do you call it? It almost looks. Okay, no, that's a dative though. That's the dative. No, there's no iota subscript underneath that. Okay, no, there isn't. And that's not Timothy over there. So Time, okay, that's not Timothy. So I was looking at the structure. That's not it. It looked like it, but it's not. Okay, Theo is in the dative over there. I see Theo, Atho. And let me see. Where is verse 20? Okay, that's verse 18. And that's verse 20. Here you go. Here you go right here. It's a capital. See, I told you this is capital. That was kind of strange. All right, let's check it out. Okay, right over there. Well, let me just do it a little bit this way, okay? Because I'm hiding the word Timothy a little bit there. And the inflectional particles being hit a little bit. But I think that's big enough, right? I mean, you guys are not going to have no difficulty seeing it. So I won't enlarge it. Okay, right beside the 20. You see it right in the middle of the screen? Let me just put it right here. Okay, you see the inflectional particle. But this time, since it's capitalized, the little tiny indicators go to the left-hand side of the omega. But it's still the inflectional particle. When I saw the iota subscript underneath that omega up above, I said, well, I wiped that out. That's not the inflectional particle. There is no iota subscript, okay? You understand what I'm saying? There is none. So this is an inflectional particle, and Paul is saying, oh, Timotei. And Timotei is in the vocative. You see that epsilon? That is indicating to me that the word Timothy is in the vocative. It's just like kurie or thee. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, Timotei or or Timotei. Timotei. Okay, Timotei. Oh, Timotei. You see? Or Timotei. Okay, I'm trying to blend. I mean, I'll give you the two different pronunciations. Wars and rumors of wars. See that you be in trouble. But look at the inflectional particle. It's an omega with a breathing marker, a soft breathing marker, and a circumflex. But the problem is there is no distinct symbol. Okay, when it comes to special definiteness, this is not special definiteness. This is special force. And the inflectional particle is used. That O is very stark, it's very clear, okay, to the person is translating the Bible or reading the Bible. You understand what I mean? So, this is very clear. An inflectional particle, again, is showing special force, like in this of us, where it says, oh, Timothy, or like in when Jesus used it, okay, way back in Matthew chapter 15 verse 28, oh, woman. That kind of O is called special force. Am I clear? Special force. That kind of O is not used in Hebrews 1:8 or in Hebrews 10:7. Let's check it out again. Okay? Let's check it out again. So let's get back to Hebrews. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, let's go here. Let's poke the bear. Now, we already learned that one kind of O is called, quote, special force. Oh, I love you. Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I need help. That's special force. Oh, get up. Oh, do your job. Oh, believe in the Lord. That's special force. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? All right, good. Now, let's go to verse 8. Okay. And then here it is, Rahrabda. So here's right here. Okay, so where's pras at? Okay. Pras, right here. Alright, so it says over here, in Hebrews chapter 1, verse 8, quote, Pras de tan huian. Ha tranas, it sounded like a bicycle outside. Ha tranasu ha theas, es tan iona tu ionas. Hrabdas gitutetas. Hey, hrabdas. Teis basilea or basileas su. Okay? To give you the full Greek construction, pras is a, and it's right next to the 8. Okay, right to the right hand side, of course. That is a preposition. A preposition is meant to show the relationship of two words. Okay? Two words. That's what it is. Julius Armanti said that perhaps the preposition was an adverb in ancient times. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's good. So process of preposition, taking the dative case. Okay. It's taking the dative case. It's not process taking the accusative case. Sorry about that. The accusative case. Okay. The accusative case. Pros takes the accusative case. Okay. Like in the clause, kai ha lagas in prostan thereon. Okay, like in that situation. Now, process of preposition, one of 17 small, 17 or so small Greek prepositions in a manual grammar of the Greek New Testament that's listed there, like ek and en and ana and anti and pras and pra and meta, hupa, kata. I mean, you have all of those prepositions and more, All right, fine. So pros is a preposition, and de is a postpositive, and that means however or but. You can translate it but. I mean, Jehovah's Witnesses are right to translate that but. De is a postpositive. It should be translated first, okay? De, or delta epsilon. Now you have the accusative article ton, accusative masculine singular. And the accusative case has to do with limitation as to extent. The extent of the hearing. But Acts Apostle on the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 22, verse 9. That's what the King James is very wrong at that point. I'm sorry, it's an English translation. It's not the standard. Okay? The Apostle Luke, okay, did not, write a contradiction. Okay, the contradiction is in the King James. They heard the voice, Acts chapter 9, verse 7. They didn't hear the voice, Acts 22, verse 9. So, it's a contradiction. So the NASB and NIV, like so many times, cleans up the mistake of the King James. They didn't understand the voice. They understand, no pun intended, the nature of the accusative case that it has to do with extent. The extent of the hearing. Okay? Well, anyway, that's the deal. Then you have a huion, and that's in the accusative case also. The son paradigm, S-O-N. Okay, huias, huiu, huio, huion. Okay, huiois, huion, hu. Okay. Huioi, okay, huion, huiois, huius. Okay? All right, now, so there we go. Tan huion means the son. Okay, now, and then it goes on to say, okay, ha tranas, the throne. Okay, now, the striking thing about this nominative case construction, and it comes first in the clause. Okay, before ha theos. So that's one point in its favor to be the subject of the sentence of the clause. That's a good clue. Number two, is used like that, okay, according to, and that's word has to do with word order, and then it appears as a quotation referring back to Psalm 45. Okay, Psalm 44 in the Greek Septuagint, though. Okay, that's another a clue. Okay, that is supposed to be that's the subject of the sentence. In Psalm 45, now you have to understand that hapeos is used as a vocative 63 times in the Greek Septuagint. 63 times. Hapeos is used as a vocative. That's a lot of times. There are 150 Psalms. Okay? All right? Over 1/3, okay, you could sprinkle, okay, vocatives over 1/3 of the Psalter, okay? If you just had it 50 times, you could put it, like one every 3 Psalms, okay? You understand? All right, so that's the internal evidence also of the book of Hebrews has hapeos as a vocative. Also, read Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7. We're going to get into it, okay? And we're going to get into it in the Jehovah's Witnesses app. Okay. All right, so hatranas is first, and as a candidate for the subject of the sentence. So what's the subject of the sentence? Is it tranas or is it theos? Either God is something or the throne is something here in this text. You can't have the both of them being, okay, you can. I'll take that back. Okay? But according to the context, okay, there you go. You can't have Thranas and God being the subject of the sentence at the same time. How about that? Okay, according to the context. Okay? And anyway, according to the Greek, it doesn't say hatheos, kai, hatheos, or whatever the case may be. Okay, is whatever. I mean, it doesn't have it doesn't have a conjunction here linking the two. So I don't see that here. But you know what I mean. There are two candidates for the subject of the sentence. Either God is something or the throne is something. You understand what I'm saying? The clue that the throne is something forever and ever, like this text says, okay, is that Hatranas, the throne, appears first in the text. Appears first. Now, sometimes the subject doesn't appear first in Greek. Okay? Like in John 1:1c. Okay? Kai theos ein ha logos. The subject appears last there. Okay? But in that case, no pun intended, in that situation, the word order is very striking because the writer wants you to know, wants you to understand that logos shares the same nature as the theos recorded in John 1:1b or John 1 beta. Okay? So the word order indicates actually that the logos is divine. It's stressing that. Okay? Is in a predicate position and it doesn't need an article, and there are 10 ways that that a noun can be anarthrous yet still be definite. Okay, names fall into that category. Okay, words in the predicate position fall into that category also, and prepositional phrases like in Rome in verse 7 of chapter 1 of Romans, and I believe in Christ. It doesn't have an article there. Okay, and then on it goes. At least I don't think it has an article there. It doesn't say in Christ, in to Christo, but I have to check that out. Now, so let's go to hatheos. Right here. Now, this is the problem. If God the Father was showing special force, the inflectional particle that we saw in Matthew chapter 15 verse 28 and 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 20 will be present in the text, and it will be very stark and clear. There won't be no difficulty. There will be no difficulty in translating this as oh God. Okay? Oh God, your kingdom, it would be like that. Oh God, your kingdom. Oh God, your throne is forever and ever. He could have easily have said it like that with special force with no problem at all. But listen, what came before this was, and including this, was a stark contrast between the Son of God and the angelic beings. So the Father is pointing out with special definiteness, the nature of the Son, which I call nature A or nature 1. Nature 1 or nature A has to do with his essential nature, his original nature that he had before Bethlehem. Nature 2 or nature B has to do with his additional nature, his second nature, the nature that he took. Greek word labon, a participle, taking the form of dulu, the form of a slave. That's the idea. Though he subsisted in nature 1 or nature A, huparkon, subsisting in the form of God. Has en marfe teu huparkon, who being in the form of God. There you go. End quote. Philippians chapter 2 verse 6. Right. So we know that Jesus is equal to God. Greek word Isa points out the neuter nature of the word. Equality is according to Vine's complete expository dictionary of all New Testament words. And Isos means equal, and that's recorded in around what? Verse 18 of chapter 5 of the Gospel Kata Ioanne, the Gospel according to John. Making himself equal with God. Okay? Now, that's the deal. Let's hurry up because my wife is coming soon. I don't think my wife can come now because it's raining outside. So that's good. Okay. So we pointed out that this has to do not with special force, like the inflectional particle is pointing out in Hebrews 6:20. I mean in 1 Timothy 6:20, and in Matthew chapter 15 verse 28. That's special force, inflectional particle, the omega, self-reading marker, circumflex. I mean that's an inflectional particle. That's not here. So it's hard, okay, to detect a vocative here. It's hard. It's not like it's the e. Okay? It's not like it's the e. It's not the e. Like an inflectional particle with the e after it. That's kind of easy. Oh, God. But that's still not doing the job. Why? You may ask me, well, Angelo, why didn't God just say, with special force? Well, he didn't want to point out special force. Special force is insignificant right now. He wanted to show special definiteness. He wanted to call Jesus God, his own son God, with special definiteness. He's trying to say, you're God, okay, you are God exclusively. Not the angels. You. In other words, you are the God. Oh, God. That's not just I mean, that's just not any just easy, that's not an easy thing to it's not easy, guys, okay? It's not. He's saying here, oh God, but with not special force, but special definiteness. Okay, this is the deal. The manual grammar of the Greek New Testament by Dana and Manti, they say, since there is no special symbol for special definiteness, the nominative article has to be used. And because the nominative article has to be used, it's going to influence the case of the noun. Okay? More or less to that effect. That's what it says. So, since it's going to influence the case, it's going to be theos. Since there is no special symbol for special definiteness, the article, the normal, everyday article, has to be used. Wow, that's not going to tell me a lot. So, you're going to have over here just hatheos. Well, hatheos is found hundreds of times in the Bible, and only in the New Testament, and only around 12 times, or 8 or 12 times, is hatheos vocative. So the majority of the times, like in John 3:16, okay, gar, I mean, hatheos or agapisin, hatheos, tan kosman, for God so loved the world. He's doing the action of loving. That's the subject of the verb, agapisin, which I believe is in the aorist tense. The alpha was left into to eta. Nowadays called eta, but anyway, Okay. All right, so the deal is that there is no special symbol for this kind of an O with special definiteness. So the nominative article has to be used. Now he said the nominative article because you could be talking to a woman, so it can't be aha. It has to be hey, whatever. Hey, Marias, you know what I mean, like that. Okay. This has to do with special definiteness. And when a speaker wants to point out special definiteness, The article must be used, okay? It must. So it's just going to be a normal construction. So when you're looking at patronas su habeas, well, you got two candidates for the subject of the clause. So which will it be? Well, the context has to determine, okay, what is the author saying? Is this a quotation from the Old Testament? It is. Okay, it is. Now, let me check out, okay, the Jehovah's Witnesses, let me prove to you that, let me see, let me get chapter 10. In chapter 10, a similar construction is found and recorded, okay, habeas, and they said that it is a vocative. Okay, so let me see this over here, okay? Let's check it out. Okay, all right, this is verse 2. Okay, verse 7 is around here. And I was looking at my app at the election polls, and it's quite nice looking at the history of the elections, presidential elections. That's kind of nice. It's kind of groovy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody says that anymore. Unless you're watching the Brady Bunch, okay, which I despise. But anyway, here we go. It says over here, after first saying, you did not, okay, I mean, this is verse 7, I mean, this is verse 8, okay. Okay, go. Then I said, look, I have come, says Jesus here, to the Father. It's saying, Jesus is saying to the Father, I have come in the scroll. This is the Jehovah's Witness, a translation over here in this app. In the scroll, it is written about me to do your will, oh God. Now let's check out the construction. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Oh God. It says oh God here, right? Okay, let's go back to the Greek. Oh, this is fun. This is delicious. Let's check out chapter 10, okay? All right, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, okay? That's 4, 5, epsilon, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so what is it? Iota is 10? Okay, iota. Okay, so let's go here. Spoke the bear. And let's go to verse 7. You understand? Verse 7. Okay, all right. Oh, boy. Let's see here. It should be big enough for me. I mean, goodness, how big do I want it? I mean, it's filling up the screen. All right, so let's check it out. Okay, all right. Okay, que grab. Okay, I think that's a connecting vowel there between the two gammas. That's a perfect tense there. Idu, here goes. Look, apen. Okay, I'm at the right place. Okay, good. 7. Tate. Okay, tate. Okay, apen. Idu. Look. Okay, then it says over here. Heko. Where's the article? Where's the article? Where's the dative article here? Huh? Where's the dative article? I don't see it. I thought that in order for something to be to be definite, you needed an article. What's the article after the preposition "n"? There's no article. See, that's the problem that you listen. And you Jehovah's Witnesses have. Okay, so I guess that's the perfect tense. Okay, so I guess it's J-E-J. JWE, to make the perfect tense, right? Okay. And, like text like NRK, I mean, it doesn't have to be a the there before arche in John 1:1. Okay, alpha. I mean, it doesn't need to be. Listen, prepositional phrases don't need articles. It doesn't need to say in the beginning, okay, in Greek. It just says NRK, and, I mean, that's definite by nature. But anyway, en que falidi bibliu Gegraptai, okay, my sai tai, my tai sai, or whatever the case may be, my sai tai. And then a peri, and that's another preposition, peri emu, right? Is peri a preposition? I forgot. No, that's just concerning me. Peri, or is there I forgot that peri is a preposition. Is that a preposition, peri? I wonder if there's a preposition, though. Okay, peri looks like it's taking the genitive case. Okay, I forgot if peri is a preposition or not. But anyway, concerning me, and me is an emphatic, emu. Okay, it's not just mu, but emu. Now in preaching, we can say that's special. In Greek, it's not a big deal. It's just nuance. Okay. All right. So it says over here, poi esai. Okay, poi esai. Ha theas ta telemai. Okay, and telema means will. Okay, will. To do that will, that's an infinitive. Okay, ta telema is actually an infinitive clause. Okay, that's an infinitive verb. Very interesting. Ta telema is an infinitive verb. Okay, infinite verb. Instead of a finite verb. Okay? But anyway, hatheos is here. You see? Let me blow it up. Let me blow up the print. Just be, here it goes. Oops. Here it goes. Oops. Here it goes. Oops. What happened? I guess I just turned it off maybe. So I guess I just turned it off. Let me go to my phone. Okay? Man, what a long study. I mean, this is something. Now, where is the okay? It's right here. Okay, so let me just poke the bear here. Okay, let me go over here, and then over here, and then over there, and then to poke the bear over here, and then I think I'm gonna have it there, right? Okay, good, fine. So theos, like I said before, is right here. Okay, look at that. Ha theos is vocative. In Hebrews chapter 10 verse 7, and the Jehovah's Witnesses knew that and translated it correctly. So ha theos, okay, in Hebrews 1:8 and Hebrews 10:7 is in the vocative. And you see it's the same construction. So they translated it here, oh God. Why didn't they translate it there, oh God? Well, there are two candidates there. I understand that. There are two candidates. But I already said, to sum up, guys, okay? And let's go to Hebrews again, okay? And I could go on and on with different translations and stuff like that. I mean, dependable, good translations like the NIV, NASB. You understand what I mean? I mean, I can go on and on and on with the study, and I could show you how wrong the witnesses are. Okay, in choosing that, because the Psalm wasn't using it like that. Wasn't using hatheos as a. They didn't mean. Listen, that hatheos was not meant to be, okay, acting like the subject of the sentence there. Not merely that it's the nominative case construction, because it has to be by force, no pun intended. Okay? Showing special definiteness, okay, is not going to give you a special symbol according to the Greek. It's just not going to give you a special symbol. It's not going to be a special kind of O, like special force. That O is special, visually. The O that has to do with special definiteness, that's not a special thing at all. That's just a normal, everyday article. Ha, nowadays called O, like O Canada. The country of Canada, well, you to make it, so-called definite, right? Okay, I mean, you put a O in front of it, and then you're out to the races, O Canada. If you want to put an article in front of Turquia, the country of Turkey, you say E Turquia, because that's a feminine word. You understand what I'm saying? But to sum up the matter, there are two different kind of O's in Greek, in biblical Greek, okay? O with special force, and O, okay, with special definiteness. Okay. Okay, angeloi, that's angels there, angels of God. And then it says kai pras men. Okay, tous, that's in the accusative plural. Okay, angelus. And then it says lege. Okay, ha poion, and who making? I guess that's a participle, making, right? The angelus, the angels of them are two spirits, panumata, spirits, and let me see, Greek word kai, tous, the, okay, let me see, it says over here, okay, turgus, I believe that's servants, right? Servants or ministers. Okay, autu of him, puras, flaga, flame, fire, and flame. Fire is puras and flame is flaga, right? So over here, you have this construction again. To sum up the matter, when you're looking at this text, you have two candidates for the subject of the sentence, okay, or the subject of the clause. There is no verb here, okay? You have to supply that in your English translation. Since there are two candidates for the subject of the sentence, you have to look at the internal evidence to see which one is the candidate that will win the election, okay? To use the analogy of nowadays, okay, 2020 election, Trump versus Joe Biden. I'm for Joe Biden, by the way. I don't agree with everything that the Democrats do, but we cannot stomach another 4 years of Trump. Sorry, guys. But that's besides the point. But and incidentally, Jehovah's Witnesses are useless. They can't even vote. I mean, there are thousands of Jehovah's Witnesses. They're useless to society. No soup kitchens. They're useless, Dow. I mean, they're not useless human beings. I'm saying they're useless to society. They can't even vote. They can't vote. Imagine, and I'm a so-called minority. I'm Spanish. I was born in the United States of America in the Bronx, New York, and lived in New York all my life until 2018, until I moved here to the Philippines, Don Pedro. So I'm a so-called minority. We're going to be the majority in maybe 10 or 20 years or something like that. You understand? That's why they're trying to build a wall, because they don't want us to vote. Okay? But that's just another thing. But imagine you being a minority, either a black person or a Spanish person, okay, in the tower, and you're seeing what's going on in America. Okay, Floyd, Bianca, and you can't even vote. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, guys. But I mean, you have the right to vote and the right not to vote. I mean, so what are you gonna do? That's another discussion for another time. But so many people, different kinds of people, died to give us the liberty to vote. Make it possible. But I'll just leave it there. Hatranas or hatheas. What or who is the subject here? Is God something? Or is the throne something? Again, process a preposition. Then de means but, and then tan huyan means the sun. Hadranas means the throne. Su comes from the second person personal pronoun paradigm. Su soy se. Su means you. Su, this spelling S-O-U, if you will, means of you, right, or your. It's in the second person. And soy means to you, right? One of the meanings anyway. And se means simply you. It's in the second person. From the ego paradigm. If you trace su, you're probably going to see ego. Okay? All right. Ha-theos, okay, means, oh God, here. Theos comes from the theos paradigm. Okay? Theos, theu, theo, theon, or even the. And then you have, okay, all right, theoi, theon, theois, theus. And that's the complete paradigm of theos, at least in the masculine. Okay? Now, I did see Tain Theon for the goddess in Acts chapter 19. And I even saw a Thea there with an alpha, I believe. But I have to get back to you on that. All right, then it says over here, ace. And that's another preposition. Ace ton, okay, all right, Iona. Okay, to Ionas. Okay, two ionas. Okay, and then in ionas, iona means forever, and then ever and ever. Okay, ionas, iona, and ionas. Okay. And then hrabdas means scepter. Euthutetas, okay. Euthutetas means uprightness. Spelled out epsilon, upsilon, theta, upsilon, tau, eta, tau, omicron, final sigma. The tau is called tough nowadays in modern Greek. And then you have he, okay, hrabdas. So it would seem to be the case that hrabdas is a feminine word like hadas, way. And then it goes on to say over here, okay, tes basileas. And basileas means kingdom. And tes is basically, I think, the fourth different article here mentioned in this text. There are 24 different articles. 4 are mentioned in this text. Okay, tes, ha, he, and ton. Okay, and another mentioning of the second person personal pronoun su of you. Okay, your kingdom. Okay, so basically that's a full Greek construction of Hebrews chapter 1 verse 8. This is Angelo Quinones giving the glory to God the Father, to the Lord Jesus Christ, and in the Holy Spirit. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And that means that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are still alive today. Outside of that, that means that Joseph Franklin Rutherford was wrong. Okay? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were not going to return back to earth. No prophecy saying that those 3 gentlemen are going to return. So Joseph Franklin Rutherford actually lived in a mansion called Beth Serene, House of the Princess. Beth means house, and Serim is in the plural. Not prince, but princess. Just like Susim, horses. Banim, persons or faces. Elohim, the Trinity. Okay. Cherubim, the cherubim, you know. More than one angel. Seraphim, angels of fire. And Joseph Franklin Rutherford, okay, lied to his own people. Millions now living will never die, really? On page 88 or 89? Depending on what volume you're looking at. And they're all dead. You know? They're all dead. Like I said, maybe some of them are alive, but they're hanging on a string. I'll tell you that, guys. All right. I mean, it's just disgusting, this cult. I mean, it's just disgusting. And there's another cult that's beyond the horizon that's just really matching the disgustingness. I mean, the New King James Only group. How disgusting is that? All right, guys. I mean, this is just a deal. There are 2 O's in biblical Greek. One O has to do with special fuss, The other O has to do with special definiteness, and that one is used. But the thing is, there's no special symbol. So it looks like just anything else. It's just an article. Ha! Okay. And so you have hasteas. Well, so what? That looks like the subject of the sentence in hundreds of other occasions. So why not have it as the subject of the sentence here? Well, you can't do that. You have to look at the context and see if this is a quotation from the Psalm of the Wedding, Psalm 45, in the Hebrew text, and in the English text in Psalm 44, according to the Greek Septuagint. Septuagint comes from the Latin word Septuaginta, which means 70. And there are 70 reasons why you should leave listen, you should leave the Watchtower and Bible Tract Society. It's a disgusting group. I mean, the Great Pyramid of Egypt is on par with the Bible, really, guys? That's what Charles Russell said. I know the Dawn Society, the group that splintered away from the other half of Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, I know they follow Russell. I mean, you Jehovah's Witnesses don't follow Russell. You follow Rutherford. You really do. I mean, Russell's your daddy and Rutherford's your pops. I mean, that's just a deal. All right, guys, I have to go. This is long enough, okay? So again, there are two different kinds of O's in the Bible. One for special force, Matthew chapter 15, verse 28. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. But that's not the symbol, which is an inflectional particle. That's not the symbol being used here, because if that was the symbol being used here, they'll be very easy to detect. This is not so easy to detect. You have to look at the context. You have to look at the quotation and see that in Psalm 45, okay, all right, 44 in the Greek Septuagint, there are 3 O's there. Almighty One, O God, O Daughter, all across the board. And as a matter of fact, you don't need a hey in front of Elohim for that to be O God in Hebrew. Thanks. Please give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I mean, how dare you guys? Okay, I worked hard enough for this. Okay, and I think it's right here. I think this is the thing right here. Okay, so I hope that you liked the study. I know it was long, but I really wanted to get this home to you guys. And please subscribe to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up, and please give me a commentary. If there's anything that I missed, okay, all right, please let me know, and I could do a part 3 or part 4, part 5, or whatever the case may be, according to your information. Take care, guys. Bye-bye now. Bye.